just how
right? Now you can manipulate, right? You can influence the income statement. How? Because total income remains the same. There is no fraud going to be over there in 2 years, right? Because total income remains the same. But if you want to show greater income, right, you can choose absorption costing in first year. And if you want to choose to show, the performance after 2 years, you can choose variable costing, right? But since, thanks to the law, absorption costing is not suitable for CVP analysis, we always rely on variable costing when we make decisions. So that argument that absorption costing is giving us more income in first year, but we cannot base this income and have our cost volume profit analysis regarding market price, regarding to increase our profit. So that doesn't suit well. But from this example, we know that whether we are using absorption costing and variable costing, the difference is if we are showing less income here for 30,000, then we would be earning that portion in our second period. Simple, right? If you don't understand all this, just remember that the difference between these methods income is because of ending inventory fixed manufacturing overhead cost. That's it. So we have a solution here, that is relationship between production and sales when unit produced are equal to unit sold. Simple. When what we have produced and then exactly the total amount we are selling, then no effect on inventory and no effect on profit. Profit of absorption costing is equal to profit of variable costing. When unit produced are greater than unit sold, means we sold less and we produce more. In that case, absorption costing profit will be higher than variable costing profit. And our inventories increase. Why? Because we sold less and we produce higher. Naturally, there's going to be inventory over there. So when we produce less and sell more, in that case, our variable costing profit will be higher than absorption costing. Of course, our inventory is going to be decreased because we sell higher than we produce. Right? Any question?
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
How do we sell overweight produce?
Because we will be having our opening inventory as well.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Right? The formula is opening inventory. So if opening inventory plus produced minus closing. So we have opening inventory. For example, opening inventory is 60,000 and we produce only 10,000, or we produce 100,000 and we sell, for example, 130,000. Right? Then ending gonna be again 30,000. So we sell more than production, 100,000. We sell 130,000. So it's because we have opening inventory as well. Right? Clear?
Yes.
Everyone. Camila, Minsu, William, Jackie, Landry, Timei, Stella, Sunho, Ion, Leo, Crystal. Right?
It's clear.
Good. Our last learning objective is understand the advantages and disadvantages of both variable and absorption costing. Pretty much we already discussed that or have seen from our questions here. So let's talk about that. So the opponents of absorption costing argue that shifting fixed manufacturing overhead cost between periods can lead to faulty decisions, right? We just see that because fixed costs belong to fixed cost section, not the variable cost section. So in CVP analysis, if we include fixed manufacturing cost, then our analysis of our contribution margin would be less, and we will think that this project is not profitable for us because our contribution margin is very low here. So you may lose that order as well. So it will give you a faulty decision. So the opponents of variable costing, or those who are in favor of fixed costing, absorption costing, they believe that it is easier to understand because net operating income is only affected by changes in unit sales. This produces net income figures that are consistent with managers' expectation. That's it. So just because easier to understand doesn't mean that you are making the right decision or you are taking the company on right direction. Plus, if we are talking about the nature of absorption costing, it do not dovetail or cannot be useful with CVP analysis, right? So neither it supports decision making because we are now stunned that everything is whole figure, not variable or fixed, right? So it will give us a faulty decisions. So what happened here? Treating fixed manufacturing overhead cost as variable can lead to faulty decision regarding keep or drop decisions, whether we should make this parts from our own or we should outsource. This kind of decisions can lead us a faulty decision. We will talk about this in our relevant costing. So this will be further clarified over there. But remember that one, sale minus variable cost is CM. So many decisions are made on CM, on the basis of CM. So if this cost is huge, then our CM will be lower. Then because we are basing our decision on CM, so lower CM will lead us to pick some other projects that may not be very profitable, or maybe lead us to reject the project which may be actually profitable. Plus, assigning unit fixed manufacturing overhead cost potentially produce positive net income even when the number of units sold are lesser than the break-even point, right? Again, that point, it does not support the CVP analysis. It leads us a faulty figure of break-even, right? So if our break-even answer is wrong, then how we can find out our margin of safety, target profit, this kind of stuff, right? So for external purposes and income tax, we have to conform with the absorption costing. That is the requirement, right? So under the Tax Reform Act, absorption costing must be used. Thank God, because we are not using it in our decision making just for external purposes. And this is required by the GAAP, generally accepted accounting principle. Since the top executives are typically evaluated based on earnings reported on shareholder in external reporting, they may feel that decision should be based on absorption costing data as well, because absorption costing will give you higher profit, so their bonus will be higher. So executives will say that we should use absorption costing, right? But absorption costing is necessary for external reporting, conformed by the law, and also requirement for tax reform, tax purposes. Okay, advantages of variable costing is that management finds it's very suitable, right? Decision making as well. It is consistent with CVP analysis. So the net operating income is closer to cash flows as well. So I hope you already know the concept from our accounting that profit is not equal to cash flow, because in profit, we use non-cash expenses like depreciation as well, right? Which is a huge number. So we can rely on this net operating income as a cash flow. Plus, this is also consistent with standard cost and flexible budgets. If we are making budgets, then this variable costing is very suitable. We will talk about this later, budgeting. Easier to estimate profitability of products and segments, yes. Profit is not affected by changes in inventory. That's very nice, right? Because we use absorption costing. So the fixed manufacturing overhead part on the ending inventory is creating problem between variable costing profit and absorption costing profit. Plus, impact of fixed cost on profit is emphasized. That is the advantage of our using variable costing, right? If we are using variable costing, then we don't worry about all the stuff. If we are using just absorption costing, only benefit it can give us just to give us the higher profit, not the higher cash flow. See, look at the benefits here, how much benefits we have. Okay, so there is going to be our assignment 4. And assignment 4 deadline is 5th May. We have our exam that is on 12th of May. Since 5th May, we have a holiday. So why I make it mandatory to submit your assignment on 5th of May? Because then I would be uploading the solution. You can compare your problems or your ambiguity over there. And then you would be very good to go with your midterm exam, right? Please respect the deadline. And regarding our midterm is on our 12th May. It is same pattern that I normally use, part 1 and part 2. Part 1 consists of MCQs and true false. And part 2 is our numerical questions. The question like we do in our, exam, in our breakout rooms, class participation, it's like that, right? So I would be uploading the answer sheet for part 1 as well. Of course, I would be giving you limited time, but that time would be enough to fulfill the part 1. And I hope you understand, in order to create or maintain justice and equity among our students and to narrow down the window of cheating, we must introduce the time limitation or time restriction, right? Any question regarding our midterm pattern?
No, it's okay.
Okay. Okay. And regarding our today's lecture, if you have any question, then I'm here to answer. Otherwise, our class is finished. And remember, we do have our assignment 4. Okay. No more questions?
No questions, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Sunho,
Yeah, it's clear.
Claire, Stella, William, Ayana.
Yeah, here.
Okay, good. Okay, then I'm going to end this meeting. So good luck for your exam. So please do write us in our WeChat group if you have any question. Okay, take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.